Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in Taiwan help Wulai residents clean up their homes following Typhoon Soudelor. We take a look at how global warming is affecting residents living in Alaska, the United States. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Due to Typhoon Soudelor, many areas in northern Taiwan were left severely damaged, including Wulai of New Taipei City. As many homes in the district were covered in thick mud, Tzu Chi volunteers quickly mobilized to help locals speed up the cleanup effort.
大家一起来做志工。
Tzu Chi volunteers have been helping those in Wulai for the past few days. The volunteers always dedicate themselves selflessly. I am deeply moved by their gestures.
Today, a group of people, including Taiwanese celebrities, are heading to Wulai to help alongside the Tzu Chi volunteers.
I don't have to worry about anything when volunteering alongside the volunteers because Tzu Chi is a big organization. All I need to do is offer my time and strength.
Seeing the devastation in Xindian following the powerful typhoon motivate me to offer my assistance.
Typhoon Soudelor has left Wulai district, a popular hot spring destination, severely damaged.
The frequency of natural disasters will only increase, and there is nothing we can do about it.
At Wulai Street, military personnel, cleaning crew, and Tzu Chi volunteers visit residents door to door to help them clean up.
Seeing so many people here lending us a helping hand really put my heart at ease. I believe we will be able to stand on our own 2 feet very soon. Tzu Chi brothers are trying their best to clean up this area. The volunteers have formed a human chain to pass down buckets filled with mud.
This building is covered in thick mud. We can only clean up this house manually by hands, so we really need everyone's assistance.
Tzu Chi volunteers' presence not only gives residents the strength to rebuild, but also fills their hearts with warmth.
不要哭啦！阿妈谢谢哦，你们都很好哎，关心我们乌来。
As long as there is Tzu Chi, there will be love. This is something that I deeply feel.
Before, it didn't affect me much when I saw how Tzu Chi volunteers reach out to disaster victims. However, now I am deeply moved by their effort because I'm a disaster survivor myself.
To help Wulai residents return their lives to normal as soon as possible, more than 3,000 people from all walks of life showed up to offer their assistance on August 16th. Thanks to joint efforts, the shops and houses on Wulai and Wenchun streets have gradually returned to their original state.
On the third day of Tzu Chi's cleanup operation in Wulai district, more than 3,000 volunteers arrived to help. The volunteers washed the residents' clothes as well as cleaning items from their kitchen cabinet. Among the volunteers are child anchors from DaAi TV, entrepreneurs, in addition to local and overseas Tzu Chi volunteers.
I went to the activity center in Guisan Borough on the 9th on behalf of Tzu Chi International Humanitarian Aid Association. And the scene was terrible. So we drove the bulldozer there and brought a water purifier. Taking part in a cleanup effort helps accumulate merit. In addition, our effort, which represents love from around the world, can encourage the residents.
Besides the elderly volunteers, there are also more than 100 Tzu Chis present. many of them coming from central and southern Taiwan.
号召方式有很多。We recruit volunteers using internet sites such as Facebook. Many people here at the Masters say that although many Tzu Chi volunteers are cleaning up in the affected areas, why haven't any young people joined them? So many Tzu Chis thought they should come. 假时间赶快来付出，如果能够付。
If we can give of ourselves, we should seize every opportunity to serve others and learn.
It started raining in the early afternoon, but the volunteers continued their work wearing raincoats, fearlessly braving the rains.
Young people are not the only ones here. People who can come have come.
至少自己辛苦过了一天，而且还能帮助到别人，
你觉得很值得？
对。
Helping their fellow countrymen in the wake of Typhoon Soudelor, these volunteers have shown an outpouring of love and support in these times of need.
Global warming doesn't just mean warmer weather in the future. As the planet heats up, climate patterns change. It means more extreme and unpredictable weather across the world. Many places hotter, some wetter, other drier. As climate change is no longer an issue to be ignored, in a new series report, we take a look at how climate change has impacted those living in Alaska in the United States.
Climate change. What are the first things you envision when you think about these two words? Hurricanes? Droughts? Melting ice? For years, we've heard so much about changes in climate and have reported on extreme weather, but something has been missing. We wanted to see the faces of the people who are directly impacted by these changes on a daily basis, even while the eyes of the world look elsewhere. So we decided to go to the edge of the world, to the last frontier, Alaska. We flew to Anchorage, saw the largest airport moose, and decided to drive north. We saw caribou in the snow, in the middle of, well, nowhere. And more snow. At that point, to be honest, we did question whether or not climate change was actually happening. So we drove some more, to Fairbanks. And met a scientist, Tor Jorgensen, who has been studying climate change for decades.
Here in Alaska, we see these changes, and they are important global harbingers of changes to happen. Temperatures are warming here faster than in any other place on the globe.
This year, the world's most famous sled dog race, the Iditarod, had to start from Fairbanks because there was barely any snow in Anchorage. But we were more interested in what's happening closer to the finish line, near the Bering Strait, a place on the edge of the continent where only a few communities managed to live or survive. A community other Alaskans had talked to us about.
They are very real. They live on the edge of what most Americans would think is even inhabitable. They've lived there for thousands of years.
And, well, yes, Nome does feel like the edge of the world. And besides waiting for the race to arrive, or flying a kite, daily life, as you see, can be really enthralling. But the people here may be experiencing first what millions of people across the world will in the coming days, months, and years. Drastic temperature changes, melting ice, rising sea levels.
My concern is not only for the communities in Alaska who are deeply connected to the places where they live, but for the millions of people all over the world who are going to be affected by the exact same issue, and we're completely unprepared.
Both nature and man has a hard time adapting to these changes when they happen very rapidly.
We heard that even further north, an island city by the name of Shishmaref was on its last sticks as coastal erosion, melting sea ice, and extreme storms were closer and closer to wiping the island off the map. We wanted to meet the few families living in Shishmaref to see how their changing climate was affecting their way of life, and spend days with them to try to understand how they live 40 degrees below zero in the winter, and with the risk of seeing their homes fall into the sea every summer.
This is our issue as being human beings on this planet.
You are not what you are because of yourself. You are what you are because of the community that you have around you.
Since its establishment 15 years ago, DaAi Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan has been safeguarding the health of those living in Yunlin and Jiayi. Knowing that prevention is better than treatment, the hospital decided to offer free health screening in remote areas. Next, we learn how the hospital detected more than 4,000 possible cancer cases through its health screening events.
My public health education teacher used to say that no matter how skillful a doctor may be, he or she can only save one patient at a time. If those studying public health education can come up with a better plan, then we can save many people at once.
Keeping this goal in mind, Chen Junbo of DaAi Tzu Chi Hospital's Department of Community Medicine and his team always makes it a point to deliver much needed medical resources to those living in remote areas. Besides organizing free screening tests during the evening to encourage the public to participate, female doctors are also on site, as some women tend to be conservative and shy.
比较好啊，比较可以接受啊。
一进你们最贵子宫颈膜片检查，
也是你们来做的啦，就是好像3年前吧。
所以如果我们没有来，你会主动去做检查吗？
不会的。
Knowing that patients occasionally have problems understanding their medical reports, DaAi Tzu Chi Hospital's community medicine team also delivers patients' medical records to their communities. Further examination is also provided for those with the so-called 3 hypers and kidney or liver problems.
Your report shows that you have enlarged kidneys and kidney stones. The left side of my waist feels sore and painful all the time. I knew something was wrong, but I'm too lazy to go to the hospital for a checkup.
As most of the residents living in Yunlin and Jiayi are seniors who have difficulty getting to the hospital, DaAi TCH offers free transportation to ensure these residents can also receive quality medical care. Thanks to these health screening events, DaAi TCH has already detected more than 4,000 possible cancer cases over the past decade. In the years to come, the hospital will continue its efforts to safeguard the health of those living in medical-deprived areas. Next, we travel to Lumbini, Nepal to meet Buddhist monk Mateya Sakyaputta, who established 3 schools in Lumbini, providing free education to over 1,100 impoverished students.
Students look forward to coming to school here each day. This is a school founded by Venerable Mateya Sakyaputta in the belief that children of Lumbini should have access to basic education. Without adequate funding, the thought of establishing a school seemed like a far-fetched dream.
And we went from village to village on Friendship March. So we used to collect all these young people from one village, go to the next village to meet and make friendships. On the way, we bring bamboos and grass as a gift. Our volunteers went to different places to collect grass. We'd invite the elders from the village to come and help us build the huts. That's how we started the first school.
Born in Lumbini, Venerable Matea came into contact with Buddhism at the age of 9. Hearing the teachings of Master Cheng at the age of 14, Matea realized that in order to manifest the teachings of Buddhism, he needed to put these teachings into practice.
If we want to practice love, we should go out there in society and be with people and help. So when I learned about Master, how he integrated the practice of Dharma in action, was a great inspiration for me over the years.
Since then, the young monk has dedicated his life to helping all beings.
This is also how Tzu Chi started 40-50 years ago. It has been an arduous journey. Tzu Chi began with Master Zeng Yan and 30 housewives. We built hospitals, schools, set up a bone marrow registry. We have community volunteers, and we conduct international relief missions. We've come a long way. I believe we can achieve anything as long as we put our mind to it.
Today, Tzu Chi volunteers visited a school set up by Matea and received a warm welcome by the school students. Bringing song and dance, volunteers' genuine kindness melted away all differences. The 3 schools founded by Venerable Matea provide free education to the children of Lumbini. There they are taught English, math, computer skills and sewing, among others. Rina comes from a family of 8 and, like most children in the village, comes from a poor family. She travels 4 hours to and from school each day just so that she can receive an education.
I conquered several obstacles to attend school here. I want to be independent and support myself one day.
This year, the girls' school established by Matea is also celebrating its very first graduating class.
I hope we will have our own hospital here one day. This way, I can help the people of our community.
A former student who received help from Matea in the past is now volunteering at the school to reciprocate.
I think I will be in my farm with my father because my father is farmer. But when I get the scholarship from this school, and now you see I am engineering.
By giving these children access to an education, Matea has also given these children a ticket out of poverty and a chance to take their future into their own hands.
Deep within the Awanda National Forest in Nanto's Zhengai Township is Qinghai Elementary School. The school is known throughout Taiwan because it has the first indigenous string orchestra in the country, which was also the champion of the 2014 National Student Competition of Music. Next, we meet 2 teachers whose devotion made all this possible.
In an indigenous settlement deep within the mountains of central Taiwan are 2 teachers and 50 poor students. Despite the seemingly hopeless combination, they have managed to realize their dreams thanks to the violin and something called perseverance.
We do the same thing in summer. We do this because we want to help broaden their horizons so they can see more.
For Wang Zijian, who teaches at the Qinghai Elementary School, summer vacation is busier than a regular school day because he and his wife, who also teaches at the school, are often busy leading their students in performing and competing all over the country.
As we take our students around to perform, we hope some people might become interested in sponsoring them so that they can continue their education.
Thanks to these 2 teachers, most people in Taiwan have heard of Qinghai Elementary and its string orchestra. Unfortunately, the couple has spent over $700,000 and is in debt for putting the band together.
You will need to prepare something special because everyone will be looking at you.
Wang's wife says these children can't see much of the world by staying in the mountains, so that's why they started the orchestra in hopes of broadening the children's horizons.
We are teachers, so we should naturally fulfill our duties. Whatever my students want to learn, I will teach them. That's all. I am living my life the way I want it.
For 10 years, the couple ate, slept, and lived together with their students. They say even if one day the school has only one student left or the school is closed down, they will continue.
Perhaps one day our school might only have 10 or just 5 students, and therefore has to be shut down. I think that will be unavoidable. We then might have to work a bit harder and help drive our students to the new school. But still, they will get to see a whole new world, which is exactly what we are doing.
So why is the couple so devoted to these marginalized students, even leading the students' parents in making violins? What do they hope to change? The answer is revealed when these students come on stage.
As they studied music, we saw their potential unlocked. So that's why we are doing what we do. We want to help them stay interested in learning, because they are here with us.
We are not concerned about whether or not our school gets closed down. We just want to be there for our students.
The violin gives these children the courage to compete, and these children gave their teachers the courage to dream. They are more than simply an orchestra, but a family when they go on stage.
Our focus was not to help the school set itself apart from the rest, so that it can stay in operation. That was never our concern.
It is better that we focus on teaching instead of worrying about the school closing.
No matter how small and remote a school is and how few their students are, Wang Zijian and Chen Peiwen are prepared to take on every challenge in life together with their students.
24-year-old Vignes Wari of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, developed muscular dystrophy at 3 and has been wheelchair-bound ever since. Unfortunately, her family's financial hardship worsened after her father began needing dialysis last year. After learning the girl has been bedridden for over 3 months because her old electric wheelchair broke down, Tzu Chi volunteers brought her a new wheelchair.
Tzu Chi volunteers have arrived at an illegal housing community in Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur to bring their bedridden care recipient a brand new electric wheelchair.
Neither of the care recipients' parents works. The family relies on social welfare. Last year, the father began needing dialysis. He also has a heart condition.
As the mother carries her daughter onto the new wheelchair, she can't help but be grateful.
I'm really very happy. After the wheelchair problem, she was 3 months lying down in it. When they come to our house, I will feel something angel came to our house. I'm really thankful for the Tzu Chi Foundation.
Happy lah, all by wheelchair, all happy lah, oh, thank you all.
Turning on the power, now Vignes Wari will no longer be confined in her small home. For more than 4 years, the family has been under Tzu Chi's care. Before they go to bed at night, they now pray and donate to their coin bank so that they may one day pay the love forward.
We go back to Taiwan at the end of the show, where Tzu Chi volunteers in Taipei's Da'an district packed relief items on behalf of Typhoon Soudelor survivors in Wulai, New Taipei City. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.